So the question that I think every single member on the panel has a role that touches on this. Very briefly earlier, the implementation and management of a needle exchange program was mentioned. And I want to know in each of your roles, do you support the needle exchange program in its current form? Do you oppose it? Do you think it needs reform? What is your stance on having needle exchange programs in our community, and what would you do in your role either to carry that vision forward or to end it?
I don't really oppose it.
Go ahead, start the one that right there.
I would say generally I oppose needle exchange programs, particularly with a, it is just further, creating a challenge. And what we're trying to do is enforce the law as pertains to drug use in this community. That only further compounds our problem. I understand it when it's a regional or specific effort. Like some years ago, we had a real challenge in Austin, Indiana, where we had such an HIV epidemic that was going on there. And I can kind of wrap my head around it. It's a targeted approach to a specific health problem, but not just a general needle exchange program that I don't support.
The needle exchange program that we had here wasn't just needle exchange. It was given cotton balls, it was given clean water, it was given meeting in the alleys and giving the exchanging the needles. What ended up happening, you also are called to pick up the needles. We're the one that's now dealing with these dirty needles because they're found in our community, because they don't get exchanged, you get thrown back into the community, you got to pick them up. I think it was probably about 5, maybe 7 years ago, all officers were given a needle kit so we could pick up the needles and put them in the needles so hopefully we don't get stuck. Sure. So, to me, having that in our community, giving more access for the diabetics are given needles. It's only the drug users who use the needles. And that's a big concern for them.
Completely against it. Just completely against it. From a business standpoint, I have a landscape company in town. We do a ton of commercial work in Madison County. We do commercial work in other areas. I have a my application was there. Just,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just, I practice, so I didn't.
2018, I helped get the first needle exchange program started. I can't remember if you were with us, were you there too? Okay, we helped get it funded, and in 2019, they brought it back and put it right across the street from my old house. And so I had to make a conscious decision on how to proceed, and I chose to move my house. But where I'm going with that, I learned that the oldest working needle exchange program in the world was established in 1984 by the Junkie Union of Amsterdam. So it's still working 30-something years later. And Indiana, can't think of the guy's name. He went and took pieces and parts of the program, brought it here, tried to establish it in Indiana, but they forgot the safer options to drug addiction part, which would be the cannabis. And I know a lot of people are either for it. I'm pro cannabis because it helps people medicinally if they use it properly. But with the needle exchange program, I think it won't function properly until they have safer options to treat them.
Okay, so, that's a tough question for me because I'm in healthcare. I am for needle exchange programs. What we're not talking about in this room is you had a poorly picked person to oversee it. And when you do not have the correct people implementing a program who are following the guidelines, who understand the guidelines, that's when it becomes a problem. And that is what has happened here in Madison County. So it's like anything, Scott County, they implemented, they saw it, they had people with visions, they knew what the outcomes of, we did this would happen, and that. The problem in Madison County is you do not have the right person running the show for that. And that's the problem. It should not be given out like want with no type of values. So it has its benefits, but when you don't have oversight, it has a nightmare. And that's what they're dealing with. And so until you can have somebody who's strong enough to come in and build a program and put the boundaries on there, you're not gonna get where you need to go. And so that's where you're gonna have to look at things differently. You're gonna have to get somebody that can do the job.
I do not support the community exchange program. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know that.
I've fought against it for a long time. I spoke against it when the commissioners in Madison County first enacted it. I got on the county council, and the county council only has fiscal responsibility, it's not a full legislative body. So Brent Holland, who's a good friend of mine now, deceased fireman and county council, we worked together and figured out a way that we passed a resolution or an ordinance rather on the council that forbid county funds to be expended on the annual exchange program. And so we stopped it momentarily, I guess I would say. And then the commissioners at the time voted to continue the program, but to run it through, I believe it was a SPIRE at the time. So they found a workaround. There was nothing else they could do. When I got down to the state senate, we have had, I believe, 2, possibly 3 times where it's come up for a vote to extend it, and I voted against it both times. It has a sunset provision in it, and so I'm hoping that we get another opportunity to kill it, because it's not just giving people clean needles. They give them the tourniquets, they give them the, I don't know all the terminology because I'm pretty square and I don't know anything much about drills, but they give them the little cooker pots, they give them a complete kit to break the wall and ruin their health. And I've had 2 relatives, cousins, that passed away from drug use. They didn't catch HIV from the drug use, but are you any less dead from an overdose than would be from HIV? It's a horrible program. If I get an opportunity to, with some new senators coming in, they have the votes to kill them.
Okay, this is a question for Brian Bell. Why did you retire in 2022?
I retired because I was 55. I go on pension. I had a business, like I said, I had this for 30 years. I was honestly tired of doing both because if we couldn't do it anymore. Financially speaking, it was good. Quite honestly, probably would have stayed retired had things been going good.
How many years did you say?
I have 33 years.
33 years. Well, somebody who has